Yeah, we're beyond logos. We're beyond just logos and a sponsor banner. We're about true partnerships. Do we align together? Are we in this together? You know, I want the sponsor to leave going, okay, what's next? What are we doing next? We're on this together. And that's what's so great about our partnerships. They're all in just like us. We don't just want the money and the logo. We want your time. We want your efforts. We want your thoughts. We want your ideas. We want your people here, yeah, on the ground, physically here. Now, if you're someone listening and you can't get here, send your money. We'll be the physical beings for you. But this is how we feel. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. So you think about our sponsor, the CDC Foundation. Right? The CDC Foundation is coming to do screenings, give awareness, do wellness checks. They're going to have some activations to keep people moving, like some, fitness challenges and things like that. And that's because CDC Foundation wants the community to know that they are there for them.
Hello there, and welcome to Skyman and the Bug. I'm the Bug, and that is
the Skyman.
We are here to build relationships, technology, and work on the many wonders of being a business owner and a nutcase. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to you listening to us, laughing with us, and taking the journey with us as we build businesses and relationships. Alrighty, well, welcome back again to another episode on Skyman and the Bug. My name is Nike the Bug Roach, and my co-host is Josh the
Skyman Schminsky.
And thank you for being here. Thank you all your CEOs out there and all you leaders, founders, squirrels, and those who are struggling in the trenches and those who've gone beyond the trenches to be able to grow your businesses and your enterprise and learn how to communicate, build relationship, and have fun, even when sometimes doesn't look so good. So today's episode is one of those conversations that feels a little bigger than it is. We have three CEOs. This is the first time we've ever had three CEOs on the table, on the deck, to share what's underneath everything. Also, we're going to learn what it's like to build something a little better, and we're gonna find out how to build something when all the hype is gone. And I talk no other than Valerie Mackey, Tamika Holyfield, Tanisha Bolden, and Tanisha and Tanisha and Tamika were here before. I didn't screw it up like this last time. But thank you very much for here. We're also going to be talking about the World Legacy Fest, which is going to be an historic event, going to the Atlanta, being the headquarters of that event. As we talk about FIFA 26, I am a big soccer fan. You'll find out this very soon. Is one of the very few sports that I really get a little passionate about because I have family members who are actually in FIFA currently. So thank you very much for being here, and let's kick it off. Welcome, CEOs.
So glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, I could spend a whole hour talking to each one of you, if not more, because within your own right, you've done so much, individually, but all three of you in the same. We got three powerhouses who are legendary across the ecosystem, from sports, entertainment, healthcare, TED Talks, authors, speakers, motivational builders. I mean, we go down the list, but I'm going to give each one of you, and I'm saying this intentionally because I know some of you can go a little long.
Tanisha.
Tamika.
One time, just give us a little background on who you are and what you represent and the awesome power that you have in the ecosystem.
Well, I would like to start with Madam President, because she's not going to tell you that she is the president of ATP Atlanta Technology Professionals. So that means the entire IT world. She is the president, the first woman to be the president. Let me introduce your viewers to Madam President.
Madam President, you got thrown out there. Congratulations.
Right. Because she's the storyteller. She creates the vision. So she tells it better than others. So she's right. I am in the technology ecosystem. I've been in technology for a very long time. I do have the distinct honor of serving as president of Atlanta Technology Professionals, which is an organization here in Atlanta where we bring together and convene technology leaders. There are a few organizations like this in the ecosystem, but I do pride Atlanta Technology Professionals and think we're a wonderful organization. Been around for about 27 years. That's one of my roles. The company that we all know each other from, I'm CEO of Right Now Solutions, which is a professional development firm where we look at technology and try to make sure every organization, as they are enabling technology, that the people are ready. So we make sure the people know technology, they know how it's going to be used, and that we're also enhancing their skills to achieve the strategy about management skills, leadership skills. So just making sure our people, we always say it right now, solutions, we are unlocking future potential right now. And so and another role, founder of a STEAM organization, Career Ed. So I'm all things around let's improve the lives of organizations and people. And for this, I met these wonderful people, relationships. So relationships you mentioned matter because I'm only here kind of acting as their COO because I believe in their cause. She'll talk about it. So I'm going to throw it over of why I became an ambassador. I'm all in. This relationship led me to be involved with Tamika. So there you go. She's our operational manager. She's operating everything. For your viewers, she's also one of the WPOs. This is how we all met, Women President Organization. And so this is how we all collectively came together, which is one of the vast things I love about that, being with like-minded people, other CEOs, that we can talk about things that I can't talk about with my cousin or if you have a spouse or your daughter, your son. It's something to be in a field where we are as women. So we have to be multifaceted. We have to be domesticated when we get home. We have to be the boss when we're at work. We have to be the mother, the sister, and the lover.
You just had to go there. Had to go there. We got to be all things and the lover, the sweet thing,
Yes.
as I like to call
So
my
when we
wife.
decided to do this, I thought that I could not do this FIFA event without both Valerie and Tanisha. You guys know the story of Tanisha and I. And so collectively, I thought I had a winning chance for a successful event. You know, one is too small of a number to achieve anything significant. I tell people all the time, you need to merge, you need to have a partnership because other people know stuff that you don't know. Valerie knows corporate lingo that I don't know because I'll send an email and say, thank you very much. I'm moving in a different direction, where she will say, that is a great point of view. Could you give us some more? And I'm thinking, what is she saying? And so I'm saying that to tell your viewers, for success, you have to be open. You have to always be teachable. You have to be willing to learn, and you have to have people on your team that's smarter than you, know more than you, and knowledge base in different areas that you're not knowledged in. So now I'm turning it over to Tanisha.
Was just say that I have been told to keep it short, so I wanna put that out there. But I will just say that I am very blessed to be a part of this amazing opportunity that Tamika has birthed, and I am equally excited and thankful for the fellowship with Valerie as well, and also you, Nikki and Josh, because I really feel that we have created our own little ecosystem, and I appreciate that. As we said from a previous show that you guys had, yeah, with Tamika and myself, you know, finding those people, your tribe, as you are moving through the ranks or doing things that's so important. And so I feel like you guys are a part of the tribe, whether you want to or not. You guys are just going to say that you don't have a choice. Again, you have three powerhouses, as you refer to us on the phone on this call. But I just wanted to say I've created, I like to refer to myself as a serialpreneur, and I've created some different platforms from government contracting, globally, tapping into AI. But really at the base of all of this is just about changing people's lives, giving people opportunities and opening doors for them. And so whatever the platform is, it really circles back to, are we lifting someone up, giving someone a hand up, and not necessarily always a handout? And that's who I am, choosing to see the good in people and on a mission to make the world a better place.
Thank you very much, all three of you, for setting the stage, and you set the bar kind of high for us. So we'll see if we can get in there. It was interesting you said, Tamika, that you all in WPO, and it's interesting how that collaborative actually stretched all the way to North Carolina, because there was a WPO member who I went to an event that one of you suggested on the call, and I ended up showing up, and I had a fascinating conversation with Betty Hines over there from Woo, and I had a fascinating, and now I am trying to connect her with somebody else who's a friend of mine. So again, the collaborative effort that you have spoken about, it goes beyond just, a gender, a ethnic group. It goes beyond what you're doing in your particular niche, via healthcare, government contracting, in the entertainment space, or in the tech space. This ripple goes beyond that, and I guess that leads me back into the World Legacy Fest in FIFA. Now, this is and I know earlier we were jabbing at each other about the Knicks and the Spurs and everything like that. But when you talk about FIFA, that is literally the world sport. It is the only sport that everybody seems to play. I don't care if you're in Alaska or you're in some subtropical or some tropical island somewhere. Everybody plays this. It is the dominant sport on the planet. So when FIFA pops up, it's like NFL, the NBA, and the MLB all look at us like, God, dog, we want to be like that.
Yeah,
And so
right,
now you've
right.
aligned with the World Legacy Fest with purpose, collaboration, real community. Talk to me about that portion and how did you latch onto this? Because you're taking it beyond the soccer field, taking it beyond the pitch, taking it beyond the players. Who wanted to take that one up?
Yeah, I think that
Let's
the
speak.
the thing world, so many times in the US we become comfortable, and as I travel abroad, I hear this all the time. Like, how are you guys having a world championship and you guys are playing each other? Right? And so West Conference or East Conference, but we're all US playing US against US, right? And so we don't get the concept. With FIFA, we're talking about 48 countries, right? That's why the Olympics is so big, because it's different countries. And so I took that word world and I thought, what does world mean? World mean legacy. World means beyond our mindset, beyond our peripheral, beyond what we could see. So I wanted to do something that was beyond, that wasn't a moment, but a movement. And I knew that we needed to come to collectively together. So that's why it became World Legacy Fest. What are you doing? What's the legacy when the 90-minute game is over? What's the legacy when FIFA leaves town or leave the country? What was your ROI? You know, we talked about this last time. We are strategic. What is the return on our investment that we're doing? And so I took that into consideration to give businesses a piece of the pie that would not have been on this platform. We know that this is a large platform. We're talking about FIFA. And so everybody wasn't invited to the table. And it's exactly what we all are in line with. What happens when you're not invited to the table? You curate your own table. What happens when you are forgot about? You make sure that you're remembered. What happens when you can't afford the FIFA tickets? You do an activation and make it free for every woman, dog, child, cat, whomever that can show up at a park called Cook Park across the street from the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and that can show up on June 20th and 21st absolutely free, as in FREE. There you go. You're building a legacy. And that's how we came up with World Legacy Fest.
Thank you very much. Now I wanna catch up what Tanisha just did with that expression she did. She's when you said dog, she's like, I didn't know they were allowing dogs into the game.
Wait, let me just say, not your dogs. That would be allowing lions in the park.
Babies are really small. They can't help it. Kind of corsos are naturally going to be the big dogs, but they're really cats inside. So yes, my facial expression is why I didn't go into law school, because
Go
my
play
poker
poker.
face, no poker face. So I was like, dogs? There could be dogs there. But the essence of what Tamika is saying is that it's open to everyone. And it really is about coming together, again, opening those doors, opening those opportunities. Behind the scenes, the amount of work that's going on is like, it's a machine.
Excruciating.
Val over here is that machine. I mean, dotting I's, crossing T's, keeping everyone on track. There's a whole machine behind this, but again, at the very base of this and the foundation is about opening up opportunities for people. And I feel like that's been FIFA's story, because it doesn't matter your demographic, it doesn't matter, your lot in life. It just brings people together. Soccer brings people together from all walks of life. And I think this is an incredible time for not only Atlanta, but for people who look like us to be a part of leading some of those activations is very important. Again, because it a community and a village, and for people who are in certain areas of the city who, like Tamika said, would not necessarily get access to some of this hype and celebration, and she's making sure that people are getting access to that, because it is a monumental opportunity. It's one of those movements that people will remember down the line in their lifetime, and to have a kid come to see and be a part of everything that these young ladies have put together, just speechless. We're going to change some lives.
You
We're
know,
going to
you
create
remember
some memories.
everybody always say, "Where were you during the Olympics?" And everybody can
Yes,
tell you where they
yes.
were. And so we're hoping to put this chip in history in these kids and parents so they'll say, "I was right there during FIFA. I was right there." It's for us, by us, and when I say us, everybody. We're
Mhm.
inviting all 9 countries. We have an international pavilion. We're having international food trucks. We're having international vendors of people coming out saying, "This is my business. This is who I am." And we're intertwining. Google is sponsoring the soccer clinics. We have the CDC Foundation. We have the NFL Retired Players Atlanta Association with big brothers, big sisters. And hey, have you guys heard of this FIFA song that FIFA commissioned from an artist named Dallas Austin? Hey, he is coming to judge a DJ competition. So imagine you're hearing it's going to be a DJ competition across the street from the Mercedes-Benz Stadium at Cook Park, and the one and only Dallas Austin is judging it. I just need everybody to start clapping. Can I get everybody to start clapping? Like,
That's
what?
definitely clappable.
Now, like, let's just put
Yep.
this into perspective. FIFA commissioned a Grammy-winning Hall of Fame icon here in Atlanta named Dallas Austin. Commissioned him to do the official song. He will be at Cook Park doing an official DJ contest. What that says to the young girl or boy who always wanted to DJ. What it says is, this is accessible. I'm able to go to a park that's free, look at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, see all the partners that's coming together, and I can get up when I've been in my room with my dreams and hopes, days and nights, wondering how this could ever happen. Now I have the opportunity to get on a stage and whatever they say, mix or whatever it is they do in front of Dallas, Austin.
And let me add, so even with that, making this accessible to the community, when we have the youth, so we have youth, they do their thing against each other, but then we have the adults as well. So you want to get in the music industry, you got eyes from the person that could assist. And what we do for the winner of that, they get to come back the next day and they actually get a whole set on their own. So they compete for 5 minutes, but then if you win, you get to actually have your whole set. And the next day is Father's Day. So we talk about the Soccer Fest on the 20th, that Saturday, where everybody's coming. We're kind of repeating the same thing the next day. All the entertainment, all the drop-ins, all the NBA players, the NFL players, the soccer players with the kids, the youth activities. But we're doing that the next day. However, we're focused on fathers because it's Sunday. It's Father's Day that next day. And so while we have all the activities, we want to honor fathers. We want to honor mentors. We want to honor families. And so we have the cast, the fathers, the cast from Married to Medicine. So they're front and center on people's TV all the time, showing family and fatherhood. So we have them coming out to be a part of it. And the doctors, we will continue the screening with CDC Foundation to make sure everybody knows about health and wellness, which is going to be a good collaboration with those two. But everything, like you said, is for everybody. There's something for everyone, whether you want to throw the ball with the NFL player, whether you want to be over there doing some technology experiments, because yes, we will have a STEAM section because we have to. We will be doing that. And then I also want to bring up the gala that we're talking about. So we talk about Dallas Austin. We're also honoring him at our international gala, where we say that's the Met Gala meets Coming to America. And so there's something for everybody. You want to dress up and put on a gown and come to an event,
Put your
we
tuck
got you.
on.
If you want to put on shorts and come to an event, we got you. So you tell us what day you want to come and what feeling you have, and we're making that happen.
So, Val, you're telling me Nike has a chance to be discovered then with his great singing voice.
Yeah,
You won.
yes. And I would put you number one because I'm ready for that. I'm ready.
No, you're
We're
not.
ready.
Yes, that's why
That voice
ready.
only exists in the shower. You know what?
Oh.
It's and I'm getting chill bumps here, and I don't get that happen very often. It's really when I hear something that is something for everyone. I think that's what you said, because oftentimes youth as well as adults don't see this in their everyday life. Technology, sports, that they can get into, or even not just the sport, not being the physical athlete, but everything that surrounds them, entertainment, as well as healthcare. All this is in one compact space that otherwise you as an average person would have to travel all around wherever you need to go to get access to not only these superstars in their various professions. These are the A-list. These are the folks who are you wish you could sit next to, are going to be there to judge you. I know that sounds kind of weird, but also to be able to move you past where you are now, to actually give you maybe some pointers and say, hey, maybe you need to correct this or maybe you need to do that. But it's like, wow, this is a freaking awesome event.
Precisely. How could anyone want to miss it? And one of the things that we also need to point out is that we wanted to provide the opportunity for our local small businesses to profit from all of the people that are going to be coming to the area. There's a lot of people and money coming to Atlanta area. And we want to make sure that our Atlanta based or our local small businesses have the opportunity to vend. So we'll have between 75 to 100 vendors or small businesses that are out there with their services and products that people can take back around the world, because we're inviting everybody. So there's a special effort to invite the folks from the other countries to make sure you come and experience the culture and see the services and products that we can offer as well. So you actually have an opportunity as a small business owner, as a CEO, as a solopreneur, to be there to get your services seen by the world.
So it's worldlegacyfest.com. Am I correct? To be able to
Yes.
go and start viewing, buying the tickets, learning more about it. Val, this is you because Tamika said Tamika or Tanisha, I can't remember right now because my brain is a little fried because I'm just freaking geeked right now. But you were talking about she sees the background. Valerie talks about the background, all the stuff that all the dots, I's and T's and everything like that. What gives you goosebumps in the background that a lot of people may not have anticipated? They see what's up front. They see the stage, they see the stars, they see the grand gala, they eat the food, all that. But what about the background? Talk me through the stuff that gives you like, man, I'm glad I'm here in this part of my life.
So what gives me, and why I came into this anyway was, I'll step back. When Tamika and I we're in WPO together, and I started supporting her, just simply supporting, going to her NBA events, and you would see the big events that she puts on for NBA. And I've been to several just to support, just to sit back. And then I started to see things, okay, that needed to happen. And I would just jump in and see and do things because there are some gaps that needed to be filled. And this is what I do.
She started working.
You just do it. And so the same thing happened when she had this vision of the same thing. So, and I'm going to come to your answer. The vision that I saw that I loved was she was over at the NBA functions honoring the people that do wonderful things on the court, but what she was honoring was what they did off the field, were the things that they did in the philanthropic community, were the things that they did to make the world a better place. And so when she said she was doing this, it was the same thing. So when we talk about we're honoring, Dallas Austin, or we're having Big Brothers, Big Sisters hit the stage, at them talk, or Google talk on the stage, or the other people that we're honoring. What I love seeing behind is when I'm talking to these people, getting their stories together and the things that they're doing behind to make sure that we show up for the community. So when we talk about all these big names showing up, yeah, those are the names that are going to get people there. But when we talk about underneath, what I need you to talk about when you get on the stage is the mindset. This is how I got to where I am. And it's not about the entertainment. It's not about the sport. It's not about the things you do here. It is, what are you doing in your community? This is a portfolio that I'm able to have because I'm doing things. So being able to have those conversations about what it really means to be these people, but get people out, but then kind of having those conversations about economic mobility. I love the fact that we can help our community grow and we can help them understand what it takes to get to the other place, and honoring these people for being philanthropic throughout their community. That's the piece that we haven't really talked about. When we say these people are going to show up, it's what's actually going to happen when we get there to change minds and hearts.
It's the most, it's what keeps me up beyond the Saturday and Sunday. But when we get to Monday, we're honoring leaders. Like we just got a confirmation from the president of Cavardi. How do you say that name?
Ivory Coast.
Cavardi.
Cavardi. The president of Cavardi is coming. I mean, we're getting dignitaries and leaders that are showing up at this international gala. We are the only international gala doing FIFA. during the 48 countries. Just us. We're the only people doing an international gala. Let me just let that soak in. Out of the 48 countries, going to all the places, 16 of them that FIFA will descend upon for competition. Atlanta, Georgia, the ATL, we're the only place producing an international gala that has invited the countries to come and be highlighted, to come and let's break bread together, to come and let's taste each other's cuisine, epicure experience, to come in all our fine garb, because what we're going to realize is we are more alike than we are different. I'm so excited about that. I don't think anybody has ever seen anything like that. And so we're going to have media from BBC to, I was with the Haitian community last night on a 2-hour podcast radio, 2 hours. And they have over 30 or 40,000 people that was just listening to us because they're so excited. This is their first time in FIFA in 30 years. The pride of each of these countries, the pride of each of these places and people. And so to have this type of pride, and since the beginning of time, we have used sports as a connector. We have used sports to build relationships. We have used sports to make moments, to pass legislations. Sports has always done it. And then I think it's no coincidence that we are at Cook Park, Rodney Cook Park. It is the place that when Martin Luther King won the Nobel Peace Prize, he moved his family to Cook Park. So this is the same streets that Bernice King rode her bicycle. These are the same streets that Martin decided to go take a walk. This is the neighborhood that he lived in when he was assassinated. His statue is there. Ambassador Andrew Young's statue is in Cook Park. John Lewis' statue is in Cook Park. So here we are in this park with all these statues of history making history. This is why we are World Legacy Fest.
Tanisha?
Tanisha's awfully quiet.
You were quiet. That's why I had to bring you out. I was like, oh.
Let me come after that. So I'm going to take a moment to pause because this is, I want to connect to our previous podcast with you guys, and how we discussed pouring into others and how that's what we do very naturally. And we very seldom get people to pour into us. And so what you see through World Legacy Fest is that continuation of the pouring into others. And the flip side of that is that the companies, the countries, people are pouring into this vision that Tamika has had. And so she's getting this in real time. And I think it's important to say that out loud.
Yeah.
I think so. I think so
I
too.
we feel the atmosphere. We feel the people. Valerie sees it a lot. She is over the project manager, so she hears the intricate details. She hears the people. She's there knowing who's volunteering, who's signing up. She sees the back end of everything, right? To see this and to hear people say, thank you, we needed this. And I'm saying thank you to everybody listening. We still need sponsors. Please contact us, because saying all this is still cost. It's no easy to produce this and to make history. And very rare do you make a movement and not a moment without it being a big cost. I just don't want the cost to trickle down to the average mother who has 2 kids and not even a car, but she can walk to the park and still be a part of history.
And so let me add, when we talk about what gives me goosebumps, I told you what gives me goosebumps. Now, what keeps me up and gives me a headache is the other stuff behind the scenes that we see, right? Because we do need money. So I'm constantly looking at budget versus what we want to do for the community, right? And that stuff frankly costs. We got to buy the soccer balls. We have to pay people to come. We have to do a lot of different things in order to make stuff happen. And I've been in meetings because Tamika is the best visionary, the best storyteller. Clearly, we're here because of her vision. But what's not sexy is the fact that we have to order the restroom trailers. We have to make sure the trash cans are there. We have to make sure we have volunteers and know where they're going, and that they have vets, and that we know that they have an area where they can get food and water, and that we have parking.
The extra
people,
security
right?
for possible bombings. It's so much intricate details
There's
with APD and then undercover because of the world we live in, and we're so close to the Mercedes-Benz station. So we have to have undercover to check in everywhere. Where are people putting things? It's just, we were going through traffic control. Where's the traffic going to be? It is so much. It's a lot. I'm so glad she's over operations.
But we have to keep people safe, right? So we're not we are not missing any I's or crossing any T's, because it's important that we save. And we do live in a world that things happen, and we
Hmm.
have to have security by the trash cans, make sure nobody puts anything like undercover. Like, there are things that we have to think about that the normal person would think about. And it's not sexy, but it's the things that have to be done. Where is everybody going to be situated at the park? When we do the red carpet, at the gala, who's scheduled to walk at what time? So those things all have to happen, and that it is it's a beautiful, and that the building turns different colors when we talk about the different countries. So yes, those things cost money for us to make it happen. Yeah,
Yes.
we still need sponsors. We still need people to buy tickets, because all those things, like I said, we're looking at the budget every day, and we still want to make sure we give everybody, the community, the change people, the change leaders, everybody what they want.
It's so exciting. It is. I told Val and Tanisha that I'm glad I'm on this journey with them. We have a great team. We have some incredible project managers. And then we went and hired all the people working for us are small businesses from the neighborhood, kids that we hired. So we meet every day. Like, our conference room turned into about anywhere from 14 to 22 people. And it's so amazing seeing their journey and their walk and how much they've grown in doing all this preparation. It lets me know that we're leaving a legacy, and we're leaving a ROI in the community, in the individuals, in the families, and thus in the households. And that makes me feel good. If I have to go to sleep next month, I will. But at some point, you have to ask yourself, what is your cost to society? What is your journey? What are you doing for somebody else? Okay, you've already paid your house, you got some food, you have a couple of clothes, and you have transportation to get you. After that, what are you doing for someone else that's not you? What are you doing for someone else that can't do anything back for you? At some point in life, we all have to have that conversations with ourselves.
And I think this event and the fact that all three of you are, and people who are unnamed right now who are in the background doing those things, and we're all leaders in our own profession, but coming back to those unsexy things, the things that people don't, like, you're like, oh yeah, where we going to this event? Hey, I got to go to the restroom. They got to be somewhere. I have to
Where
be
you gonna go?
wheelchair accessible. I got to make sure somebody doesn't drop something nasty inside of a trash can. I got to make sure I'm having, eyes on both the celebrities, and to make sure they're safe, but also those who come in as guests, the children, everybody coming in the doors into the space, from the Mercedes-Benz complex to where the gala is being held, to the Rice Center, to all these different events, the Cook Center. It has to go and look flawless from the outside. But to Valerie's headache, we're freaking out behind because we got to do this.
This
But
is what we're doing
if
from the inside.
Okay, we went off the
You show
rails.
up on it's gonna be all smiles.
we're beautiful, everything is perfect, everything is lovely,
Yes.
but behind, we're freaking out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so if someone, say a business owner, and I'm glad you brought that on, because I think that's so important, because it's the sexy, unsexy sometimes. Somebody got to pay for this. Okay, somebody got to do the balls. Somebody got to pay for the trash can. Somebody got to pay for security. And oftentimes businesses get to just sponsor, but it sounds like these businesses are participating, not just from the outside doing money. They're actually, in it to win it. You spoke about Google earlier, and there's very other folks in there who are like, "Hey, I'm just not going to throw some money at you," although I suspect you would accept that. But they want to go a little bit beyond that, and
Yeah,
looking at
we're
their
beyond
ROI.
logos. We're beyond just logos and a sponsor banner. We're about true partnerships. Do we align together? Are we in this together? You know, I want the sponsor to leave going, okay, what's next? What are we doing next? We're on this together. And that's what's so great about our partnerships. They're all in just like us. We don't just want the money and the logo. We want your time. We want your efforts. We want your thoughts. We want your ideas. We want your people here.
Yeah.
On the ground, physically here. Now, if you're someone listening and you can't get here, send your money. We'll be the physical beings for you. But this is how we feel. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. So you think about our sponsor, the CDC Foundation, right? The CDC Foundation is coming to do screenings, give awareness, do wellness checks. They're going to have some activations to keep people moving, like some, fitness challenges and things like that. And that's because CDC Foundation wants the community to know that they are there for them. So everyone may not realize how much the CDC Foundation does. Some people may not even realize there's a CDC and the CDC Foundation. And
I
so
didn't
they're
know.
a sponsor, right? Because they want to make sure the word is out that they are there for the community. There are things that they can do. There are prevention measures that they take to help the community all the time. So they will be there with their sleeves rolled up as a sponsor, right? And those are the things. And we're looking, sponsors that may do, Wi-Fi and connectivity. So they want to sponsor helping. There's 1,000 people in the park. People need to charge their phones. People need Wi-Fi. People need stuff like that. So, like you said, the sponsors aren't just sponsors like, okay, my name will be on a banner. Like, where are the things that you all need help? And so we appreciate sponsors that are jumping in and saying, where do we need to provide help? This is what we do. We're a telecom company. We can help do that. Right. And so though we have some sponsorships that are already laid out of the areas where we need sponsorship, but we're also open to say, this is what my company does. And we would love to come and sponsor a youth area and provide youth games, things like that. And so those how these sponsors are getting involved. Yeah.
So how
it's pretty
if somebody is a sponsor and they're listening to it, or somebody is an executive in one of those companies, be they a telephony, communications company, I don't know, grass company. I don't know. I'm just threw that out because there's grass everywhere.
We do need grass. We do need the grass to cover the basketball field to make it a soccer field, the fake grass. So you hit it. We do need that. Look how you
Totally
did that
pulled
with
that one
grass.
out of nowhere. I don't know where, but apparently the spirit said, "Say grass." Okay.
Fake grass.
Thinking grass for other reasons.
Well, we're gonna keep this legal,
That
John.
was good, Skyman.
We're gonna keep that one. So how do they interact with you? I mean, obviously, the podcast, but they know worldlegacy.com. I think it is right now. If I got
WorldLegacyFest.com.
worldlegacyfest.com. Is that how a sponsor would interact and ask for to contact you?
Well,
or
we
is
have
there
an email, admin at worldlegacyfest.com. Val, we have checked those, admin, ADMIN at worldlegacyfest.com. That's how we communicate. We have a phone number, a direct number, 877-841-8088, 877-841-8088, or you can DM us. We're all over. World Legacy Fest on Instagram, World Legacy Fest on Facebook, World Legacy Fest on LinkedIn. We're all over. And you can reach me by trail, or you can reach me by dog, by donkey, by train, by plane. I don't care how you reach me. Just get here if you can.
if you can
And with that,
think we can reach you, we will find you somehow. Well, and I'm gonna
Isn't
end
this
with this one.
exciting?
This
Isn't
is
this so exciting?
amazing.
I know.
I
I'm
wonder.
just
That's
amazed
why
how
I
you guys
can't-
you should be quiet.
I mean, she is like
and that takes a
so
lot, right? Because we know Tanisha.
it's so stoic.
No,
Listen, we were trying to get in touch with someone and we couldn't. And Valerie said, just call Tanisha. I said, okay. So I text Tanisha, and all of a sudden, 8:00 in the morning, Tanisha said, hey, I got him on the phone. Can you all talk? And I thought, what did she go do? Who is this masked woman? Who is she?
She is the partner of ways, of doors, the opener of doors, the communication guru. If you need to talk with them, I will know how to get them. Okay.
Yes.
I actually had
yes.
someone recently mention someone, politician, and he said he's been trying to get to him. And I used to be a commissioner for women for the state of Maryland. And so I still have connections to people. And so I was able to make that happen. And then he said, some random conversation, and he's in tech, and he asked about, something else. And I said, do you need help? Because I don't want to just jump in. And he said, well, this is virtually impossible to get to this person. I'm like, are you sure about that? Are you sure? Are you sure? And so we made it happen. But I like to think about that. And it goes back to just opening doors. And if I have the ability, a connection to help someone, Tamika and I had this conversation this morning, I will not hold on to those relationships, because I very much believe that we've got to reach down and help others and open doors. So that's my gift, that I want to make sure people get doors open for them, because as we said in our previous podcast, so many doors are already closed. Today, I told Tamika, I said, I'm going to be someone's yes today, because I know that someone out there is going to be my yes in another day, on another day. But I want to be someone's yes today. She didn't ask me, but she told me of a situation where someone had reached out for a potential internship for a young man graduated from Georgia Tech. I've never met him or anything, but apparently that didn't work out. And I said, have him send me directly his resume, CV. I know of 2 opportunities right now, and we're going to make this happen because it's the youth too. But if again, it doesn't cost me anything to reach out to people and say, can you help this person? Because when I do come to people, I think it's very clear that very rarely, if at all, ever asking for myself, but I am trying to help someone else gain access. And I'm excited to do that. I feel like that's part of my purpose and, continue to open doors because I've been on the other end of doors just being closed or not being able to be in rooms. And so I'm going to not hold on and be the gatekeeper of, people trying to get ahead. And so this opportunity that Tamika has created is about creating opportunities for people to see other like opportunities to just widen their horizon. And who knows what type of relationships and things will come out of it. But from this, I can tell you that getting to know Val more, Tamika and I, late night drive-throughs at Wendy's, getting, she's in love with the nuggets there. Like, and I say this because I'm like, I'm going to Dairy Queen, like just getting to know people on a different level, knowing if there's an opportunity to help, that's what we're doing. And I feel like these ladies are both very much like that. It's interesting that I asked Tamika recently, has she reached out to someone and asked them for, potential sponsorship? And there's some hesitation there. And for me, there shouldn't be any hesitation. I'm a preacher's daughter. Shh, we're not going there. I'm a preacher's daughter. So I grew up asking people for money,
These
and I don't have a
churches,
problem.
whoa.
I don't have
These
a
are 2
problem
preacher daughters.
asking people for money because for me, it's like,
I
I'm
don't
not
like
asking you for myself. I'm asking you to help someone else, help a cause. And so if we can, if we can have more of that mentality and that kind of mission around this event and others as we're navigating life, as we're navigating these relationships with each other, I feel like we're going to get there faster and get there just kumbaya. I'm an Aquarius. We want everybody to be like, I was an Aquarius too.
Work those
So
water signs. Got to work those water signs in.
yeah,
Preacher's
we
daughter
gotta work
and
those in.
Aquarius.
But yeah, so we just have a different mentality, but I feel like these women have this purity in their hearts and we are committed to that, committed to each other, committed to this event and wanting to see people get access and open doors. And we want to stare off at that child who's taking in the moment and just staring at everything that's going on. Those moments will be like the reason why. When someone says, what was your why? And we'll say so many times that we caught people looking at, just taking everything in. We saw conversations happening. We saw people switch, sharing business cards or QR codes or what have you. Those connectivities that live beyond the event, which is what you had alluded to earlier, beyond the event. And I think that's where we are all coming from. So see, I say stop.
Right.
You're intellectual.
So last
We
podcast,
know.
it was hard to get you to stop.
Don't get me started.
Don't get her started, and we'll be here for 2 hours, like the Haitian delegation. We don't wear, but I wanted, although you bounced out a little bit for technical reasons, but that's
Sorry about
okay.
that.
We want to keep it moving. You were talking about, Tanisha, about your why and why sometimes when we're thinking about ourselves, and this is just at the higher level, CEO level, the Valerie or Tamika, what's your why that allows you to go beyond the no or the hesitation? You might say, if it was just me, if I was just asking for myself, I wouldn't do it. But because I have this fill in the blanks, this is why I'm doing it, and this is the mantle I put on. This is my cape. This is my superpower. This is my blessing to do that. Not for me, for fill in the blank.
It's for the people the voiceless, who don't have a voice, who don't have a platform, they don't have a connection, they don't have a hookup, they don't have a mentor, they don't have a mentee, they barely have a 2-person home, they don't have food, they don't have IQ, intellectual skills that no one have taught them. They're on their own trying to make it. It's for those people. It's for the mother who is crying in the shower so she can be strong when she gets out the shower in front of her kids. It's for the father who pulls up to the house and still sitting in the back of his truck trying to see mentally how he's going to pull it together before he goes in the house. It's for all those people who are the voiceless. I want to be the voice. Who cannot cheer for themselves. I want to cheer for them. It's for every time I have a platform and every time I'm invited to the table, I think about those who are not invited to the table. Every offer I am given or every door that's open for me, I think about when I close the door, who else can come through the door? I am very cognizant of the blessings that I have. And I'm also very compassionate about the ones who do not have the blessing. I'm always in the VIP areas. Me and Tanisha are always in Arthur Blank's suite. We've been there. I'm taking ribs from the suite. I am, when I walk up, they're saying my name. Oh, Miss Holyfield, welcome back. Well, I want to say somebody else's names that are nameless and say welcome back or welcome to or welcome up or just welcome. That's my why.
So you're trying to provide that emotional and mythical bridge to get to them to that next level.
Yes. Somebody has to, right? Or do we just forget about them?
That's what this whole podcast is about, is building relationships and expanding your network and trying to get you to the next level.
Yes. That's why we watch you all.
So my why. So I will tell you that my why, and I'll go back. When I started Right Now Solutions, it was, what did I say? Unlocking future potential right now. And so this aligns with my why. I left corporate, wonderful, wonderful job at Coca-Cola Company, global leader there. But I started this company because of my why, because I want to make sure that people can aspire to levels that they want to achieve. And so this completely aligns with everything I've ever done my entire career and starting companies to make sure that people can get to the levels that they wanted to get to, that we can expose communities. We're working in communities every day. And when this is another why I did this, when she said we're doing this at Cook Park, I work in those communities all the time. We serve those communities all the time with technology. We talk about technology upskilling programs to make sure those folks that may or may not have a degree can actually get some training and get to the jobs that I know that we had in corporate America. So whether they've ever gone into a corporate door, or anybody in their family has ever gone into a corporate door, we give them the skills, technology skills, workplace etiquette, all those things to be able to get to that next level. This is the community that we work in all the time to make sure that they get access and opportunity that they wouldn't otherwise have had. This is along the same premise, is this event will give them the access to people they generally don't get the access to have conversations. Going back to those conversations, it's not just about that professional athlete or that celebrity or that entertainer. It is about what are the other things to open up your mindset on how you achieve financial success, how you achieve family success, and how family sustaining opportunities for you. So this is my why. Everything I ever do and put my name on is going to be associated with how do I unlock future potential with people? How do I get people to the next level? And I truly believe giving people access like we will at this park will do just that.
Yes.
I think when the name imbues exactly what you said, World Legacy Fest, you'll have legends there, of course. You'll have people who somebody would say, "Oh, I know that person." I didn't. But you're going further ahead of that. You're building a legacy out front for those who are yet to be discovered, so that when that kid or that adult, or whether they're in corporate or they're grown or they're just a kid in elementary school, and they're looking out. You know what? I can do this too. I can become the legacy that was not in my DNA before. And to be able to come out, I mean, this is a brain trust. And yeah, it's going to be fun. Of course, it's going to be freaking, it's going to be lovely. And there's going to be, food. And I like food and everything. And I like to dress up. Well, or my wife likes to dress up. I come along for the ride in something that is probably so low key, like shorts and a t-shirt. She's like, no, you cannot leave the house with that. Wear something more appropriate. But to that event, this is a brain trust and this is a mastermind in relationship building at the same time while you're learning about tech, while you're learning about health through the CDC, while you're learning about relationship building, while you learn about music and entertainment and what it takes to go past, that glass ceiling or that door has been slammed in your face umpteen million times. And to be able to learn from you three on how to be able to go past this event, 2026, go back. What happens to the next step? Who is going to learn from Tanisha or Tamika or Valerie on they had a block And this is what they did to move past that block, to get that door open, to go past that glass ceiling and make World Legacy Fest the template for events in the future. And I think you've kind of got the DNA for it. What'd you say?
I think people are going to do stories on us. It's going to be focus groups on how we came together and really built this movement and not a moment. What? So wait a minute. You mean you got a whole bunch of different small businesses together and collectively you did this? Yes, because we were thinking about longevity. And you see it all the time. When you merge, you partner, you just become better. Look at you and Skyman. You guys didn't just do this alone. You merge, you partner, and you became better.
I agree. And watch his head go that big.
Yeah, I see it happening.
This is good stuff.
I appreciate all your time. I know you got to run. We started out a little, hanky with timing and some technology issues, which also happened. And yes, clean your cache is not going to be the solution for everything.
No.
But if you're out there in the ether, whether you're a leader, you're a follower, you're a mother, you're a father, you're a child, you're an entrepreneur, just somebody who wants to be around good stuff, go over to worldlegacyfest.com. Get signed up at whatever level. If you're going to buy a ticket, you're going to go to the gala, you're going to do whatever it takes to get to ATL this season. And don't wait because, things get busy. And if you wait till the last minute, you may not get in. So, do it now. So thank you very much for being here. 3 CEOs set the groundwork. I appreciate you being here. I know we all got to go somewhere else. Thank you for being on Skyman and the Bug.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be back, people. We'll be back.
We will.
Yeah. Bye. You've been listening to
The Skyman
and the Bug. We appreciate you being here. Join us again for another episode of Skyman and the Bug. And if you have any questions, reach out to us either on LinkedIn, Facebook, and other places that you just try to find us.
Take care.
Bye.